Hello, Wonderhussy here, standing by the side of the highway in Navajo country. That's right, I'm way up north in New Mexico on the Navajo reservation, trying to sneak a peek at Shiprock. If you've ever heard of Shiprock, it's this famous rock formation that sticks out of the desert. I think it's almost 1,600 feet tall, in the middle of a relatively flat landscape. So apparently you can see it from like 30 miles away. And apologies, but I can't get much closer than 30 miles because, well, I guess it's considered a sacred formation to Native Americans. And so they don't allow white people to drive up to it, which I guess rightly so. I mean, just standing here at the side of the highway where there's kind of the closest viewing area, you can see there's an ungodly amount of trash littering the ground. So God only knows what would happen if they did let people get up close and personal at Shiprock. There'd be beer cans all over the ground. There'd probably be Frito bags and condom wrappers and all kinds of dumb hippie inscriptions written in it. You know what I mean? So maybe it's for the best that we have to stand way back here on the other side of this barbed wire fence. Anyway, I just learned something interesting about Shiprock. Basically, it's a fin. Like, if you've ever been to Arches National Park and they have those big fins, it's a long, skinny, well, fin. You can't tell because we're looking at it broadside, but I guess if you look at it from one of the ends, you would see that it's long and narrow. And apparently, in geology terms, it's what's known as a monadnock. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and I had to look it up. Like, is that a real word? Monadnock? Or I guess it's also known as an Inselberg, which that makes sense to me because, well, I speak some German, and Insel means island, not incel. Insel, island, and Berg means mountain. So an island mountain, that pretty well describes it. Monadnock, not so much, at least as far as I can tell. Anyway, it is a pretty striking formation, and if the light was better right now, apologies, I just happen to be here at this time of day. Well, maybe we'd be able to see some cool colors or patterns on it. As it is, it's kind of frustrating. I mean, you can see people did bust through the fence. I mean, it would be very easy to bust through the fence, and then you'd only have to walk, you know, gosh, I'm bad with distances, but 5 miles to get to the base if somebody didn't catch you first. I mean, I was reading some reviews online on TripAdvisor. I guess there is a dirt road that I think you can legally take up closer to it, but I'm not so sure the Native Americans are too happy about that. And again, who can blame them after what was done to their people by the white folks of this country? And hey, listen, I'm not trying to be woke. I'm just saying it's a fact. Oh, dang, there's a dog on the other side of the road. Yikes. Man, that's the reservation for you, I guess. Oh, I hope he doesn't get hurt. Anyway, I was about to say that, yeah, it's pretty messed up what the white man did to the Native Americans. Corralled them on this godforsaken chunk of desert. And, you know, back in the day, I guess this wasn't considered very glamorous prize land. You couldn't really farm here, you know. So they gave this land to the Navajo. And then the Navajo capitalized on the fact that the white man started getting into this weird desert landscape. Okay, I guess once we became fat and happy and could just go to the supermarket and buy our food, we didn't have to farm anymore. Well, now all of a sudden, white folks became enchanted with this landscape. You know, what was once seen as a barren, inhospitable wasteland, all of a sudden became Instagrammable, or YouTubeable, as the case may be. And now that everyone and their Aunt Sally wants to come out and see this kind of thing, well, the Navajo finally figured out a way to make some money off of all this, okay? Shiprock, there is no way to pay to get closer. But the next place I'm going is supposed to be a real cash grab. So let's get in the car and keep on rolling through Navajo country. Oh, and incidentally, you might be wondering why I have this life-sized, stuffed, well, sort of like an action figure in the car with me. Well, everyone, I'd like to introduce you to my new road trip buddy, Ben. He makes an excellent safety lookout. You know, if I have to get out and go into a store or something, no one tries to break into my car because they think someone's actually sitting in it. And now I can ride in the carpool lane. Just kidding, you know I would never sneak into the carpool lane. Right, Ben? Right. Anyway, let's get out of here and keep on cruising and check out the next thing I want to show you. Golly, I don't see that dog anymore. Hopefully it's okay. That's right, I know it's a total tourist trap, but I have to check out Four Corners. You know, interestingly, she only charged me for one person. I guess she didn't fall for my carpool lane ruse. Hey Ben, sorry about that, but you're gonna have to stay in the car. I didn't pay for you. Anyway, I'm actually weirdly excited about coming here. Yeah, it's one of those ultimate road trip destinations where you can stand astride 4 different states. So I guess what's going on here is it's a big circular plaza and there's an intersection in the middle where the 4 states come together. I'm guessing I'm probably standing in, well, it said I was in New Mexico when I came in. I'm not actually sure what side of the plaza I'm on. Now I read online that there's a sign up saying you're only allowed to take 3 photos per person for $8. I'm not sure that's the case or not. I'm gonna try to shoot footage, and then if they make me shut my camera off, well, I'll catch up with you later. I guess these are the back entrances to these different stalls for vendors. I guess there's little vendor stalls like at a flea market selling all kind of Native American artifacts and souvenirs. This one's wide open. I feel like, couldn't I just walk through here and get to it? Wow, yeah, look. This is it. Wow. Oh, look, here's the sign. Oh, so we came in on the Arizona side. Look at that. So I guess if this is Arizona, that must be New Mexico over there, right? Wow, there's no vendors here. I guess I got here late in the day. It's like 5:15 and they close at 5:45. So, oh, there's a few over there selling some stuff. But I think it's good that I got here late because I didn't have to wait in line. You know, online, people were complaining that they had to wait in line to get in and then wait in line to take their turn to take a picture, which there doesn't look like there's any line now. Anyway, this side is New Mexico. Oh gosh. So if this is New Mexico and that's Arizona, I'm so turned around. Which one's Colorado? Maybe this one? Oh yeah, here's Colorado. Now we're in Colorado. How about that? Dang, I've never traveled to so many states so quickly and with so little gas money spent. Okay, here's the last corner and this is Utah. It feels good to see Utah because I've been on this cross-country road trip for the last 2 weeks. I went all the way to Arkansas to watch the eclipse. And well, when I see anything about Utah or Arizona for that matter, I know I'm getting close to home. Anyway, you can see there in the middle is the spot where you can stand in, well, I guess you could really only stand in 2 states at a time unless you have more than 2 legs. Dang, look at this lady doing the splits. Holy cow. Her hoo-ha is right in the middle of 4 states. Seems like these bleachers, so I guess you can sit here and watch people. And that's pretty much all there is to the Four Corners Monument. If you've ever been curious about what this place looks like, well, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Hey, I just saved you $8 and a lot of gas money, man. This place is out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, since I'm here, I might as well go stand on 1 or more states. How do you guys feel about that? I was gonna try to wait until everybody left, but there's this dude who has this big bell, and I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna do with the bell when it's his turn. Okay, I just talked to the guy with the bell, and he was too shy to be on camera, but apparently he's promoting a handbell festival in Salt Lake City in June. And what's more, he said he's a viewer of this channel. He knew who I was. He asked me if I was still driving my 4Runner, because he also had a 4Runner. But anyway, he didn't want to be in the video. But if you happen to be interested in handbells, you know those bells they ring and they play really cool music? Well, they're having a big old festival in Salt Lake City this June. Okay, this place closes in 15 minutes, so I guess I better go stand in line if I want to get a picture in the middle of all 4 states. All right, I'm going for it. Guys, ready? Oh, you're fine. Do what you need to do. I'm just gonna stand right here in the middle of 4 states.
And do your
I can't do the splits, but guess what? My hoo-ha is still in 4 states at once. Okay, and so let's see. What does it say? In freedom, under God, 4 states here meet. I think that's pretty cool. Better take a picture. Okay, I guess that's pretty much all there is to the 4 Corners Monument. Might as well get back in my car. It is interesting though. There is a sign posted here that says limit 3 photos only. I guess maybe that's only enforced when it's really crowded here. But I get the impression that nothing is really enforced here. I mean, it's like a ghost town. All these stalls are empty, and I'm here on April 14th. It's my brother's birthday. April 14th, a Sunday, no less. You would think this place would be absolutely crammed, and they'd be trying to make as much money as possible. You know, you'd think there'd be a gift shop, a bunch of Indian taco stands, but it's weirdly deserted, which, frankly, is a-okay with me. I guess maybe I was just lucky and got here at a good time, because I'm telling you, from the stuff I read on Google, it made me almost not even want to come here. I don't know what these people are complaining about. I know it's $8 to get in, and I guess for a family of 4, now that's, what, $32 to get in? Well, that might seem like a lot of money, unless you've been to the Meteor Crater off I-40, which is $29 a person to look at a giant hole in the ground. I feel like this is a way better deal. Anyway, I guess I better get back in my car. Golly, now I feel kind of bad that I didn't let Ben come with me, because they're not enforcing anything. Nobody would have cared if I brought him, and oh, I could have taken a picture of him in the middle of the 4 Corners. I had to do it for Ben. Okay, wow, that was pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. I love it when these roadside attractions turn out to be even better than you expect. Okay, but I better get on the road now, because well, it says it's almost 6, but I'm not sure what time zone I'm in, so it's either almost 5 or almost 6, and I have about an hour to drive to this motel I'm staying in, okay? I'm staying, for once in my life, in a motel up near Monument Valley in a place called Mexican Hat, Utah, and it's supposed to be a really neat hotel right on the San Juan River, okay? So I want to get going so I can get there before dark and enjoy the scenery, because it's supposed to be real pretty. So I'm staying the night in a town called Mexican Hat, Utah. And I guess that right there is the rock formation that the town is named after. I guess whoever named the town thought that rock there looked like a Mexican hat. I guess it does kind of like an upside down sombrero. And what's really interesting to me is you can see there's people camping down there. And so at first I thought, oh, they're boondocking. I feel so bougie because I'm going into town to stay in a motel. You know, it made me kind of feel like a loser. But then I read this sign that says Hat Rock Camping, pay online. So I guess it's not really boondocking. This must not be BLM land. Some enterprising rancher or Native Americans. I'm not sure if I'm on a Native American reservation right now, but anyway, somebody owns this land, and I wouldn't have been able to camp for free anyway. And besides, this motel I'm going to is supposedly really cool. I have it on good authority from a viewer of this channel. He recommended I book a room here. And then another viewer of this channel paid for me to stay there. So what am I complaining about? Okay, well, let's go see what this room is like. Oh man, look how beautiful this is. Let's hope the room is as nice as the view. Dun, dun, dun! Well, dang, I don't think this room is bad at all, considering I paid, I think it was $118, including taxes. Look at this, like, fake Navajo bedspread. Oh, and look at the tasteful artwork on the wall. The bald eagle soaring majestically over the craggy peaks of Monument Valley. It doesn't look like there's a microwave, but there is an air conditioner and some kind of dingy looking towels. Dang, look at that. Yikes. Lucky for them, I'm not super choosy. Okay, let's check out the bathroom. Okay, the bathroom looks modern, well appointed. Yeah, I'll take a shower and let you know how that goes. Gosh, I don't know. It feels pretty clean to me. It smells pretty good, which is a rarity in these dingy motels. I don't know. I think it'll be just fine. Okay, I survived my night here at the San Juan Inn, and actually, I would totally stay here again. The shower water was super hot. Shower pressure was excellent. The bed was comfortable, and it felt very clean and very safe, especially considering it was only $118 and I'm only like a half hour from Monument Valley. So yeah, I would definitely recommend staying at this hotel, partly because it's so close to Monument Valley, but also because of its beautiful view overlooking the San Juan River. And what's interesting is this bridge that crosses the river that I'm about to drive over to get to Monument Valley, this bridge right here, well, it happens to be named after a Navy SEAL who was shot down in Afghanistan. I guess he was from this town. Look at that, it says SOC, which I guess is a SEAL, Jason Workman Memorial Bridge. Terrible tragedy, but at least he has a beautiful bridge named after him. I guess that's no comfort. Just try asking Pat Tillman's family. Anyway, I guess Jason Workman went to high school out here. There must be a high school somewhere. I didn't even see a town. But to be fair, I didn't really drive around too much because I was kind of in a hurry to check into my room. Okay, before I wrap this video up, because I'm headed into Monument Valley and I'm super excited to go make that video, there's one more thing I want to show you in this area, which is just north of Monument Valley. Okay, this is the last thing I wanted to show you before I leave this area. And I'm not even gonna cut my engine because I don't want to stay here very long. And you might be able to see why based on this sign. Mexican Hat, Utah, uranium mill tailings repository, no trespassing. Radioactive materials disposal site. Yikes! This is why I have absolutely zero beef with the Native Americans in this area gouging the white man as much as they can. And frankly, I think they should charge more than $8 to go to Four Corners, because look what the white man did to their land. Okay, I guess there was a uranium mill somewhere over that way back in the 50s and 60s, and they disposed of all the contaminated tailings from that uranium mine and mill, some of which were actually used to make buildings. I guess even the school, some school was built out of fill or material that was contaminated with radioactive uranium waste. Anyways, they bulldozed all the buildings, they dumped all the tailings and contaminated stuff into this pit in the ground in 1995, and then they covered it. I guess it's covered with I think a 20-foot layer of radon gas, I guess somehow keeps the radioactivity down. And then there's a huge layer of busted up concrete riprap on top of that. And this disposal cell is 1,400 feet long and 68 acres in size. You know, Moab, Utah isn't that far north of here. And well, if you've ever been to Moab, you know there are, and I think maybe still are, uranium deposits that are being mined. And so, unfortunately, as beautiful as this landscape is, well, it's kind of contaminated. And so for that reason alone, I feel like the Navajos should charge whatever they want to people like me who want to come in and look at their beautiful landscape. Okay, that being said, I am going to go give the Navajos some more money and drive over to Monument Valley and look at all those otherworldly formations and get away from this uranium pit before I grow a third boob or something. Right, Ben?